You requested, I listened. This is the makeup tutorial on how I achieved this yellow and purple eyeshadow look. I think it's very simple. You can achieve it. It doesn't have to be as high as I took mine, but it is a very gorgeous eyeshadow look. Let's get into it. First things first, I'm going to start off with my brows. I'm taking my Sephora Collection brow pencil. This is the shade Granite. This is the deepest shade that they have, and I'm going to use it to draw on some brows. Now when I'm drawing my brows, I like to follow the natural shape of the bottom part, and then when it comes to the top part of it, I just wing it as I go. I mean, the shape is like literally building itself. Let's go ahead and fill in the top part. I'm following my natural hair shape, not following my micro shaded brows shape. And yes, I love a good arched brow, so that's what I'm doing. These are the Makeup Forever Velvet Skin Mattifying Concealers. So I'm using the deepest shade to clean up my brows. I'm literally recreating everything I used in that video. Next, I'm going in with the NYX Stick It Brow Gel just to give my brows some texture. Next is our Party Proof Primer. This is from ColourPop. This actually helps me not get oily, and also it helps my eyeshadow not crease. If you're priming your face for your complexion routine, but you're not priming your eyes for your eyeshadow routine, then you're doing it wrong. Okay, in that video, I used Matte Velvet Skin in the shade 5.3. It is very, very bright on my skin tone. I'm going to use the same brush to ever so lightly blend into the surrounding areas. This is the eyeshadow base. The palette I use for the look is obviously Juvia's Place palette. This is the Zulu palette by Juvia's Place. This is actually one of my most favorite eyeshadow palette. I literally used two shades. I used this yellow shade and this purple shade. I'm going to dig into the yellow, like really dig into that palette until I get this kind of a look on my brush. And I looked forward and just pat it in. Just close your eyes and pat it in. I don't have excess powder on my face to catch any of my fallout today because I'm doing a wear test, so I have to lean forward. But on a regular day, I would put a bunch of powder on my lower eyes to catch fallout. I mean, it's also yellow powder, so it's not going to ruin my base. Once I brush it off, it's going to be fine. But as you can see, I'm literally patting it into the eyeshadow, like anywhere and everywhere I think I need the color. But I'm also not blending it in past my crease. I'm just patting it exactly where my crease is because I can blow it out later. But if I put too much of it and it sets in place above my crease, I cannot pull it back. So just look down and apply. This is like one of the most pigmented yellows on the market. You don't need a white base for it to show up, and that was the reason why I used this specific palette. The yellow's there. This is as much yellow as it's gonna be. So we're gonna pat off the X. You saw how much powder flew off the brush, and then we're just gonna blend out the edges of this. This is yellow, so it just like you don't need to do too much to make it blend into your skin tone. If you are dark skin, it doesn't take much for it to blend in. Take a different brush. This is a random brush. It doesn't even have a name. We're going into that purple shade, and I am going to place it on the outer corner of this look. Also just making sure to keep it in the crease. But with this one, I have to blot off any excess powders that there is because if this falls on my skin, it's over. It's going to stain. And once again, I don't have a powder layer and I'm not wiping my makeup off because the build back is never quite the same for me. So I'm just patting it in circular motions and also blending it into the yellow. Now I remember in that specific look, I wanted the purple to act kind of like a cut crease situation. So I'm blending it in my crease until I get to about this far out on my eyes, okay? And this will act as my transition shade without me like doing too much. As you can see, it shows up beautifully in the corner of the eyes, and it also helps blend in that concealer shade that we used. This is pretty. This is it. This is literally all I did for the eye look, okay? Okay, remember that the purple fallout will be detrimental to my look today. If you're not doing a wear test or a product side by side test like I'm doing. Definitely go in with a layer of powder as if you're baking your under eyes before you start this process, because I don't want you to ruin your perfectly good base. I know how to get rid of this without issue. I will show you at the end how I would do that. So I'm taking a very small detailed brush, very tiny detailed brush, and I loaded the tip of it with some of that purple powder. What I did was I looked up and then I just applied it to my lower lash line. Of course, you can go in as many times as you want, but always just pat off the excess and just place it directly on your lash line and smoke it out a bit. And just like that, we applied purple eyeshadow to our lower lash line without getting any fallout on the skin. I definitely didn't use a liner for that look. What I did was take my precision brush. Looking down, I created kind of like a shadow on the eye, especially where the yellow was with the purple. That way it can help hide my lash band a little bit. Okay, so this is what it's gonna look like. I chose the wrong day to be doing this wear test. I'm taking my powder brush. I'm gonna go into my setting powder. We're tapping into the setting powder, top off the excess powder. You're gonna take this powder and use it to brush off all of that shadow from your face. Even the dark shadow that I had on the side of my face, you still just need powder on powder brush and just buff it away. If you use a damp product to buff away powder, it's going to set that powder in place. For the waterline, I used the Too Faced Killer Liner. This is the shade Killer Queen. It is a gorgeous deep plum liner than it would on your skin, but I wanted a deeper looking purple and it really matches the eyeshadow. The Killer Liners are some of the best products that come out of Too Faced. Like, it is gorgeous. Our eyes are done. Mascara. We're going with mascara. I'm using the e.l.f. Lash and Roll. This is what I have on my table right now, but for the past few weeks I've been using the Sephora collection mascara. I literally just put it away and I did an e.l.f. video, so that's why I have this on my table. This is a really good mascara too. In that video I used a big 25mm lashes. It was very dramatic, so I want to see what it looks like with some regular lashes. If you're somebody like me who thinks that lashes don't show up as well on your skin tone because you're dark, definitely go in with a 25, because the 25s make the look. Okay, I like the black lash glue better, but because I don't have a liner on this look, I'm going in with a clear lash glue so that I can mitigate any kind of mistake, because I don't want a black lash glue to leave a mark. We're going in with the Juvia's Place. This is my finished look, showing you how I achieved this purple and yellow eyeshadow look. This time around, I don't have any of those bottom lashes on. I reserve the bottom lashes for when I'm doing dramatic transformation or transition videos, okay? So you're probably not going to see it on my regular videos. Dramatic bottom lash look. I used small wispy lashes that I cut into tiny pieces and I just glued them on my lower lash line, and that's what gave me that dramatic bottom lash look. Let me know down below in the comments if you tried this look and how you like it. Thank you so much for watching. Love you lots, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!